Our next contest is between boxers from Poland and Germany. So approaching the boxing ring, the 23-year-old Mateusz Bereźnicki, reigning Polish national champion in the under-23 level, actually trains in the UK with Gosport Boxing Club. His opponent is 24-year-old Alexander Christian Okafor, silver medalist in last year's German National Championships, quarter-finalist at the European Games. As we take a look at the 5 scoring judges who hail from Czech Republic, India, Indonesia, Republic of Korea and Morocco. So Mr. Sean Reese of the United States of America is the referee. And that was a really dramatic victory over Antonio Rodriguez of Portugal. He was dropped, a flash knockdown after a right hand in the first round, got back up and on the resumption, landed a left hook to the body at mid-range that completely took all of the wind out of the sails of the man from Portugal. It has been unanimous points decision victories all the way for Bereźnicki, although he did appear to be fading physically at the end of round number 2. So 2 tall, 92-kilogram boxers going head-to-head in this round of 16 affair. So we're underway then. 92-kilogram action in what used to be known as the heavyweight division, but only numerical weight classes being used for this Olympic Games. It's between boxers from Poland and Germany. The man wearing red is Mateusz Bereźnicki, bronze medalist at the European Games in his homeland of Poland last summer, but only 2 places were up for grabs from that continental multi-sport event. Competed at the first Global Olympic qualifier in Bustowa-Sitio, where it was a quarter-final finish, losing to England's Patrick Brown out of Manchester, as he secured his Olympic berth for Great Britain. As for Christian Okafor, he too competed at the European Games, but lost to Spain's Emmanuel Reyes-Pla, who ultimately qualified from the first Global Olympic event in Bustowa-Sitio at the start of March. So Okafor looking for sharp shooting successes, wrestling his man down to the canvas over on the far side of the ring. So nice left jab on the resumption from Bereźnicki. Beautiful left jab once again from Bereźnicki from around his belt line. See that he's just trying to lure in Okafor and does so beautifully to put him on the end of that counter combination before skirting out of the corner counterclockwise to his right.
Okafor I believe, just waiting a little bit too long to get his shots off like that. It's taken him a good 10 seconds to throw.
Beautiful counter-punching out of the corner once again from Bereźnicki, and then a snaking left jab while he's operating on the edge of ring center. Okafor, no head movement in evidence, and that's why he's being picked off by these sharp-shooting singles from Bereźnicki. Okafor creeping forwards on flat feet, sharp-shooting right hand into the body from Okafor. Bereźnicki with a flailing attack off the ropes before claiming his man, forcing the intervention of the referee. And beautiful left jab from Bereźnicki, and Okafor unable to evade it on a consistent basis. He reaches for a left-right to the body, does Okafor. But again, I'm sure his corner are going to be telling him to move his head, Okafor, because he's trying to walk in behind high-hold gloves. There was a bit of head movement, and he came out of the crouch and launched a burst of punches, which were caught by the gloves and forearms of Bereźnicki.
Okafor's just waiting a little bit too long to get his shots off.
So, very effective punch picking from Bereźnicki. almost exclusively on the back foot, but boxing out of the confined space of the corners very well. More head movement required from this man. Let's take a look at the scores, and it's a clean sweep of the cards for Mateusz Bereźnicki, testament to his very effective punch picking over the course of the first 3 minutes.
Really good punch picking from Bereźnicki through that. The jab has worked phenomenal in this round. Just setting him up nicely so he can let his backhand go. Okafor just waiting a little bit too long to get his shots off. As you see there, he's just getting picked off on his way in. No head movement whatsoever to get his head off the line centre. This round, he really needs to dig in, throw some more punches, use his head movement as he's coming inside if he hopes to gain some success against Bereźnicki.
Well, referee Mr. Sean Rees calling time. Has a cut been sustained by Bereźnicki? So the doctor happy for it to continue, and the second round resumes. So on the resumption, both men at centre ring, and it's double jab to the body from Okafor, but Bereźnicki looking to re-establish that jab to the head. Can Okafor close the distance without paying the price of eating that lead left stick that Bereźnicki is poking out to such terrific effect? I'm sure the instructions from the blue corner as another left jab cracks its way in between the high-held gloves from Bereźnicki. Sharp shooting successes with that lead left hand. And Okafor has got to make the adjustment of moving his head and doubling up his attacks. I say doubling up, but right now there's not even single phase attacks coming because he's waiting too long on the edge of range.
Yeah, Okafor is just not throwing it. I thought maybe coming into this second round, seeing that he was down on the scorecards, he might up his work rate, but it's just been very much of the same.
So no adjustment discernible in the work of Alexander Okafor. Here's a flailing exchange at mid-range, and we suggested, or at least I observed, that Bereźnicki appeared to fade in the closing stages of the second round. You can see he's a big, tall, 92-kilogram boxer, 6 feet 6 inches tall, some 1.98 centimeters, using the metric system. And if there is a question mark over the man's ability to carry that huge frame around at 92 kilograms. There's a good left jab from Okafor, but you've got to test it by upping the work rate and putting him under pressure. So far, it's Bereźnicki who is dictating the tempo of this contest, and he's giving the impression that he could box for 15 rounds if necessary at this type of pace.
Yeah, Okafor is just not... He's just not in it today. I don't know what's going on. He hasn't woken up yet.
So, blood on the right cheek of Okafor. Can't see where it's coming from. I think it's a nose injury. But again, Bereźnicki just completely dominating the tempo of this contest. This is at a pace that suits him down to the ground. Right hand at mid-range landed by Okafor. Bereźnicki claims his man, prevents him from working away. Okafor trying to show the referee that it's not him holding. That's hitting on the break from Okafor. Didn't step back after the command of the referee from the United States of America. Nice left jab on the resumption once again, and the referee calling time. He's going to attend to that nose injury that has been suffered by Alexander Okafor. So brief respite for both boxers, but one suspects that will suit Bereźnicki more, that brief interlude. And look at that lead left hand once again. Come out with renewed vigor after that brief interlude and looking altogether sharper. But again, Okafor not posing any questions to make the Polish boxer in red uncomfortable. There he did get through with a shot at mid-range, Okafor. Bereźnicki ending this round in razor-sharp fashion after again controlling the proceedings very effectively. And ending early after thinking the bell from ring B ended the action here in ring A at the end of round number 2. Neither man caught off guard. Well, I think that's going to be a second round in favor of Bereźnicki. And there's confirmation. A clean sweep of the cards for the second successive round for Mateusz Bereźnicki. Alexander Okafor produced a first round KO yesterday. He's entering the realm of requiring that here now. If not, he needs a massive final round to bring about level pegging on the scoreboard to take us to the realm of countback. But he's got to do more than he's demonstrated so far, Nicola.
Yeah, he really does. He just hasn't woken up today. The punch output hasn't been enough. He just hasn't taken that initiative to go and attack Bereźnicki. Bereźnicki just taking his time in the corner there.
So the final round underway in this 92-kilogram round of 16 contest between Mateusz Bereźnicki, when I first commentated on at the 2022 Under-22 European Championships in Roseto degli Abruzzi in Italy, came away with a bronze medal at 91 kilograms in that event. He was explaining that he lives and trains extensively in the United Kingdom, at Gosport Boxing Club. Now he's up on his toes, just circumnavigating the boxing ring, and he's so comfortable out of the corner and in the ropes. But again, Okafor, no discernible change, no increase in urgency. There he gets through with a left hook during that combination behind the right glove of Bereźnicki. But he shouldn't be accepting these clinches. He's a shorter boxer. Nice right uppercut, left hook, but it came on the break from Bereźnicki. But Okafor's got to get busy.
He really has. He's just been boxing at this. He can't afford to be stood there for a good 10 seconds, not throwing anything at all. He just has not come to life in this bout.
Now he's trying to quicken his feet, is Okafor, in pursuit of Bereźnicki. But look at Bereźnicki maintaining the gap, putting himself beyond punching range. Good left hook slung into the body, and then keeping the attack going upstairs as Bereźnicki momentarily pinned near the neutral corner. Okafor finally putting some punches together in bunches. And again, oh, that's a good double left jab. Make it a treble jab on the resumption from Bereźnicki. But Okafor simply cannot accept this tempo. There he reaches with a speculative overhand right, but it's easily evaded by Bereźnicki. Good work to the body by Bereźnicki with that burst of shoe-shine punches, and that may well slow down the twinkle-toed movement for the remaining final half of the round that we have here in this 92-kilogram round of 16 bout.
I just feel it may be too little too late for Okafor.
He's got to keep that type of intensity going. Good defense with the right glove from Bereźnicki to block the incoming left hook. Good left hook to the body from Bereźnicki, sunk down to his left and dug in that shot just above the belt line. Terrifically picked punch, and that looks to have slowed down Okafor. But Okafor has got to summon up his reserves of energy here. 4 qualification places up for grabs at 92 kilograms. So you've got to make it through to the semi-final stage. And of course, to get there, you've got to be a winning boxer in the round of 16. And then at the quarter-final stage, that's slipping away as a possibility from Okafor because he's spent far too long at this type of territory. And look at that, Bereźnicki taking a breather, got his gas tank restored, and then fed Okafor 3-4 jabs in a row.
Yeah, Bereźnicki's just in bout management now. He's just having a relaxing time because his man Okafor's just not doing anything. Bereźnicki hasn't been made to work in this fight.
Roundhouse right, not too far away from Okafor, but that is a very clever boxing display from Mateusz Bereźnicki. Completely dictated the terms and the tempo of that contest and used his towering 6'6" frame, his 1.98 meter frame, to control the territory, keep Alexander Okafor on the edge of range, and he chose to work when he selected. And in the meantime, Okafor only went to work in pockets, and only in the 3rd round, because for the first 2 rounds he did very little in terms of offensive output. That's why we have celebrations before the announcement in the red corner. The decision surely a mere formality. It will be Mateusz Bereźnicki declared a unanimous point decision victor here after a very clever display of boxing indeed at the expense of Alexander Okafor.
The winner by unanimous decision in the red corner.
And there is confirmation of what we just observed over 3 3-minute rounds. Mateusz Bereźnicki of Poland, a unanimous point decision victor at the expense of Alexander Okafor of Germany. Very good display to control the tenor and the tempo of this contest from Bereźnicki, and Alexander Okafor simply not able to get going in this round of 16 contest, but that is testament to this man's skill and ring generalship. We suggested he may have faded in his 2nd round victory at the 2nd round of the round of 32 victory yesterday. But his gas tank and conditioning not really tested. Such was his control of the proceedings over the course of this bout.
Yeah, really good work there from Bereźnicki. Boxed comfortably to victory. I believe stayed in second gear. Didn't really need third, fourth or fifth to get through this fight because the pace was comfortable. Okafor just did not step it